Hello everyone, so this is Nana and welcome back to Ejima. So this video is going to be very simple, straight to the point. As you can see, I'm in my car. Another lunch break video. Natural today, natural hair, no contacts, no makeup. But I wanted to make this video today just giving a 6-month update regarding my move to Charlotte. You know, some of my experiences, some things I've dealt with, just talking about everything. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so it's the end of February right now. Today's actually Thursday, the 25th. Okay, so I moved about 6.5 months ago. And I know I've been making a lot of videos where I've been talking about some of my experiences in general, things I wish I would have known, things I like about Charlotte. But today I just wanted to sum it all up. Okay, so right now I am sitting in 70-degree weather in February, so I cannot complain. It has been raining a lot, and that's one thing I noticed even from August when I moved here, that it kind of rains a lot. So I don't know if that's normal or if it's just something regarded to you know, the current climate change and whatnot, but it rains a lot. So I did start working, I mentioned a few months ago, almost 3 months ago. It's been really cool, a good experience, you know, meet different people, get out the house. At first I was a bit nervous about it, just because I had gone from just, you know, doing basic things to like being out Monday through Friday during the pandemic, and just being around so many people. It's been a while. So yeah, so that made me decide to get the vaccine. I did get my first dose last month. I'm actually supposed to get my second dose today, but I don't really feel like it, so just probably prolong that. I know. I was supposed to get it last Friday and they canceled something about shipment. So yeah, I got the Moderna vaccine. I need to get my second dose. I'm not gonna lie, I was not really I did not really want to get it. I'm not gonna lie. I just had so many mixed emotions, especially with the Trump administration and how quickly things rolled out. Even as a nurse, someone that's like gives vaccines all the time at my last job, like someone that really actually is very interested in immunization. So I'm not saying this from a lens of any anti-vax theories or anything like that. No, I don't believe in vaccines work, you know, but end of the day, anyone has the right to know what's going in their body. You're allowed to ask questions, you're allowed to be curious. But I just decided to get it because, like I mentioned, going to work all the time and being around all these people, you go to work, sometimes people are not wearing their mask right, some people are forgetting to wear their mask. It's just the truth. Like, we have to be realistic. Like, when you go out, no one can wear a mask 100% of the time. You know what I mean? People are in their office. Maybe if they're in their office, they take off their mask, which definitely makes sense. And if you try to like walk in, they have to hurry up and put their mask on. So I'm just like, you know, rather be safe than sorry. So I decided to do that. Oh my gosh, it's hot. It's like blazing in here. Thank goodness, I'm not complaining. But yeah, so what else can I think of? Yeah, so I've tried, I finally went to a nail salon for the first time. I know that sounds really weird because I've been here for over 6 months, but I guess because I was going back to New Jersey often, I would just do it there. And I realized like, and I went to a hair salon last week. She's the one that did these twists. I just realized that like I need to find places here, like, because I have not been to New Jersey since Thanksgiving time. So like, you know, I finally need to find places here. I did find a few black-owned nail salons. I do plan to do some exploring this weekend. Cousin Guzzy is coming around. So the other half of Ejima, she's going to be here tomorrow. So we plan to do a few more things, like, you know, some going out, of course, being safe with masks, you know, socially distant. But the reality is that COVID is not going anywhere, so one's gonna sit in their house forever, you know. Like, the way I look at it is like, if I'm able to go to work 40+ hours, like, then everything else, there shouldn't be really period. Like I mentioned, I'm kind of like a homebody anyway, so I don't really care for doing much else. But if I can go to work, I feel like, what can I not do? Like, of course, with a mask, socially distant, washing your hands, being careful. I'm not comfortable yet doing certain type of things, I'm not gonna lie, but overall, we have to do what we have to do. Soon I'm going to start looking at different apartments again, and just I have to sit down and really think about everything, because my lease does expire in about 5 months. So that's up another process. I feel like they're definitely going to increase my rent. because the price I got is just because of COVID, and that price honestly is not even cheap. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all like I'm not paying under $1,000, but it's not like crazy, like, but it's, I don't want to pay more than that. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to pay more than what I'm paying. I want to pay less. So if it comes to that point that like they're not able to negotiate, because I've seen cheaper stuff in my apartment, but you know, everything depends on the time. Like, I don't know if in August, you know, the price is gonna go down or go up. Most likely it will go up because it's summer, and usually with summer, apartment prices, property in general is higher because a lot of people move during that time. Also, a lot of people want to move before school starts, like if they have kids and whatnot. So I'm just looking into that. So I need to start apartment hunting, property hunting, just in general. I'm not gonna lie, we've had a video about just single women buy houses. I'll link it up here. And I'm like, y'all know, I really don't like stress. I like the most low maintenance things as possible. I like simple life. I like to like take away as much stress as possible. So I'm not really big into the whole home ownership thing. Sorry, I'm not following the trend out here. But like I mentioned in the video, I would be open to it if financially it makes more sense. That's just what I'm saying, because people be like, oh, you pay, let's say example, $1,000 for an apartment. You choose $1,000, you could pay mortgage. Like, stop saying that. But when you buy a house, you need a down payment. Like, when people try to make that comparison, it just kills me. Like, you cannot compare renting and buying a house unless maybe you're living in real luxury where you're paying like $2,000, you know, $1,800. Okay, that's different. Maybe you can get it there. But like, if someone's paying $1,000 every month for rent, even if the mortgage is going to be 9 something, they're still going to pay taxes. I want a condo, most likely a townhouse. That's HOA fees. You're still going to pay other bills associated. And then on top of that, you need to put a down payment. So a lot of these, like banks, you know, like you can get good interest rate. Let's say, for example, you get like a 3% interest rate. A lot of that, these prices they're going to give you are based on a 30-year mortgage. I don't want a 30-year mortgage. That's where it gets tricky too. I don't want a 30-year mortgage. That's too long. I would do a 15-year mortgage. So by the time you start calculating all these things, then we look at what area do you want to stay in. Right? So I'm in South End, the area that I live in, the townhouse condos there are not cheap. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, so like I feel like a lot of people just try to simplify, and I'm open to it. Like, I actually have like looked into it. I reached out to like a real, I just want to compare it myself, because people out here, if you go on social media, go on Instagram, they'll have you thinking that like, oh, if you pay $1,000 for rent, you could pay $1,000 in a mortgage. Like, it's not that simple, because with a house, you need a down payment. You need a decent down payment if you don't want your mortgage to be crazy. Just because they give you a 3% interest rate and a 30-year mortgage doesn't mean that's what you want. Doesn't mean you only want to put down 3%. It doesn't mean you want to pay the mortgage for 30 years. You get what I'm saying? Then depending on the area, the property there may be really, really expensive. Like, do you want to go outside? Like, for me, I don't like driving. So that's one thing I've adjusted to living. I get on the highway every day to come to work and leave. Granted, my ride is only 10 minutes, but even that 10 minutes of highway, I don't like it. Like, I'm not used to it. Like, I'm not used to being on the highway every day. I would really love to live somewhere that I wouldn't have to get on the highway to go to work, but I don't know if that's even really realistic, because my work area is kind of, you know, I've been told it's in the hood, so like I don't think I would, no, I know I wouldn't live in this area, but like I don't know what's really close to it. That's another thing to put into consideration, but I have to do, so I started 6 months earlier before my lease is done. I'm starting to do that research, because honestly, if I could rent another year, I honestly wouldn't mind. I just don't want to pay the rent that I'm paying now, if that makes sense. I want my rent to be a couple $100s cheaper a month. But the moving process, you also got to think about like paying for movers and doing all of that. So I don't know if I really want to move to another apartment. Like, I feel like it's either I just stay in my apartment, like I'm used to it, whatever, do it another year, or buy something. That's kind of how I feel. I know it doesn't have to be like that. I could rent somewhere else, but I just feel like, oh, that's a lot, because then I gotta go move somewhere else, and I know after I stay there, I'm gonna want to buy something eventually. So I don't know. I'm just trying to think it's too quick to buy, because it's like I haven't been there that long. So like, what if I decide next year I want to move to Austin? You know what I mean? Or next year I want to move to California. And what if I decide I want to move to Nigeria or Ghana? You know what I mean? Like, who really knows? But yeah, so that's basically about an update. I know it's not too much, but some major things I feel like I've been thinking about recently, or things that I've dealt with recently. Yeah, so this weekend we're gonna do some vlogging with all Ngazis around. We plan to do some things, so hang tight for that. I'll be up next week and the weeks after that. But in general, I still do like Charlotte, of course. I still do like living here, but I'm just taking life a day at a time, taking things one day at a time, one step at a time, just doing what I can do. you know, trying not to think too ahead sometimes. And that's hard because like when you're someone that's trying to be organized and do things quote unquote the right way, it's like, where do you find that line between not procrastinating but not overthinking, like not being like thinking too far ahead? Like there's that balance. But yeah, that's basically it. I do plan to go home soon, maybe for the Easter break. I'm not sure, just because I feel like it's just so much to like work on Monday to Friday. I feel like it's just so much to fly on a Friday night. I have to come back Sunday. I need to get stuff ready. I have to cook, you know, do laundry. I just feel like it's just so much like what's happening in New Jersey. You get what I'm saying? Like when I was going there and staying long, I wasn't working yet. So I just feel like what is really going on? Like I lived there how many years? Like nothing is happening. I just, in period, traveling just sometimes can get stressful. And then when it's so short, it's like by the time you settle in, it's time to get up and go. So I just don't think that really makes sense sometimes. But I do have some days for the holidays, so I'm thinking about that. Also, I really want to go somewhere, like I really want to go on a real vacation, like an island or something, or just some. I have not been on a plane since January of last year. And I know that makes, no, that's a lie. Not a plane. I was on a plane. Okay. So from January of last year to August when I moved, I hadn't been on a plane, which was pretty long. That's like 8 months. And then since then, I went to Jersey a couple of times. I also went to Houston, but I mean international. So I have not been on an international flight since last January, and I just yearn for that. I can't wait. So that's another reason why I just was like, let me just get this vaccine. Like I don't want to be traveling anywhere and not be vaccinated. Like, you know, I just rather be safe than sorry. Nothing is 100%. Every day you're hearing new things about which vaccine is better, which one covers that strain, which one doesn't cover this strain, which one covers the South Africa variant, which one doesn't, you know. So honestly, we're never really gonna know 100% about these things for years to come. So I'm just trying to take life a day at a time. And it's just so weird sometimes thinking that like there's this global pandemic, but like I'm also living a normal life at the same time. I'm expected to go to work. I still have to take care of myself. You know, it's just kind of weird. It's just like, it's like two opposite sides of the spectrum sometimes. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys have any questions for me? Anything specifically that I did not point out? I just wanted to give some general life updates, some things that I've been experiencing, some things I've been going through. And just let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you all later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye. I have to get back to work. It's 1 p.m.